So is my screen visible to all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, so you guys may know that your syllabus is revised, okay, and lots of new subjects have added into your new syllabus. So DevOps and Advanced DevOps is one of the subjects, okay, which a university have added into your syllabus, and both subjects have a practicals, okay. There is no theory, only practicals are there for both the subjects. So at the end of the lecture, I'll show you the syllabus, the experiment list, and what is exactly there into the DevOps and the advanced DevOps. Okay. So we'll start with the introduction of DevOps. Okay. So there are two lectures that is on Monday and Tuesday. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll simply tell you the exactly what DevOps is, why are we studying this practical, okay, what is the use of it, and which tools are we are going to use it in DevOps and advanced DevOps. So for 2 days, we'll only focus on the theory lecture. So from next week onwards, we'll start doing practicals on our laptop. Okay. Um, have you ever heard about this term DevOps in your? You guys are in third year, right? So in second year or something.
Yes, ma'am. Just came across, but don't know anything.
I don't know the meaning. Okay, what about the others? You guys can also message in the chat box. Yeah, development operations. Okay, and what else? What you know about the term DevOps? And well, one more thing. I don't want any technical definition. Whatever you know, in your own language, you are free to, you know, to speak. Okay. So what DevOps is? One is saying a development operation. Prathamesh just I said that he just know the terms DevOps. Okay. So here in this chapter or in this practical first practical, okay, Krishna is saying it's a software development tools like Git for efficient software development. Okay, correct. And have you ever heard about the software engineering, or have you learned that subject, software engineering? Or do you know waterfall model, agile model, iterative process, the words like that? If yes or no, you can simply, message into the chat box. Acha, you don't know software engineering? We have software engineering this semester. Acha, you have this semester. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, I got it. So software engineering is what? It more about the documents. You know, it's like suppose you guys are from IT field, okay, and you know how to do coding and everything. But suppose if you want to, your client, the opposite client is from the commerce side or some different side, okay. He or she doesn't know anything about the IT field, okay. But you have to give your product to them. You have to explain your product to them. So what you will do, you will not explain them the code wise, right? You will simply provide them the English document with proper structure, with proper format. Okay, it can be a Word document or PPT or any chart diagram. Okay, so like that you can use it. Okay, so that for that software engineering is used. Okay, so here, introduction to DevOps, we are going to learn a content. So in that, four parts are there. First one, what is DevOps? Second, why DevOps is there. Third one, waterfall model, and the last one is the agile model. Okay, so we'll first start with the DevOps. Okay, and let me know if I'm going very fast or very slow. Okay, so just simply you can message or you can unmute yourself. Okay, so first one is the DevOps. Okay, as you can see here, Dev and ops, okay, where D is capital, O is capital. It means that it's a combination of two different words. So here Dev it stands for your developer and ops is stand for your operational team. Okay. So as you can see, J is a developer team. So can anybody tell me what is the major task of developer team? Or whenever somebody says you like this is a development team, so what comes in your mind when you hear this word developer team or developer? What comes in your mind?
The developer team will work on the requirements
Okay,
for the development, whatever the requirements are. So
okay,
accordingly, they will develop.
developed. Okay. Krishna is saying development and testing the product. Correct. So, what is exactly development means? What they are doing? Are they doing any magic or something like that?
Ma'am, basically they develop the algorithm.
Okay, so develop the algorithm. In that, again, go in the basic way. Development means what?
They program a code.
Yes, they program the code. Okay, then product design and development. Okay, design, testing, and debugging. Okay, they write down the code. Okay, and are the codes same for all the projects, or it varies? How is it? Your course is it same for every project?
No, ma'am.
Um,
No, correct. So it is different. Okay, so it is different from one project to another project. Even for the one project, suppose there is a let's take a very simple basic program as add two numbers. Okay, can you write that program into Java? Yes. In plus plus? Yes. In C programming? Yes. In C sharp? Yes. Even in Python? Yes. R languages are there? Yes. It means that a developer team, what it does, they do coding. Then next one, they do designing, and they do testing. Okay, it varies as per me. Yes, correct. Here, design. What is the meaning of design? Coding, you know, coding means what? Writing the programming language as per your projects. Now, what is the meaning of design? What do you think? What is the meaning of design?
Ma'am, interactive features or front end.
Features and content. Okay, making user interface good. Okay, what is a basic design? You can say that, like, you have used it, layout and architecture of the program. Yes, but again, what is a basic design that you have done as a student in your second year project or in your first year? Not a project, but in semester. ER diagram, correct. And usse bhi basic, very basic, before the ER diagram, that I think almost all students love to draw that diagram.
Problem statement.
Oh no, problem statement is an English statement. I said design. So design means what? Diagrams will be there. It's very basic. Before ER diagram, what is a basic diagram is there?
Flowchart.
Correct. Flowchart. Yes, system diagram will come later, but a flowchart is a very basic diagram. You know the in flowchart, or there are only few steps. First one, start, that is important. Second one is what? The processing the data. Then last one is stop. Okay. So flowchart is divided into hardly two to three parts. Okay. That is called as a design. So as a developer, what they do, they code your program, then they design the program, and next one is testing. So what is the meaning of testing? Test means what? In testing,
Whether the software is working properly as per the need of the.
as per need of your client.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Yes, covering the corner cases and exceptions. Yes, correct. That is called as a testing. Uh, do you have the subject software testing or a software testing quality assurance, something like that? No. Okay. Not even in this semester. In this semester, do you have no? Okay, fine, fine. So here again in testing, as one student says that if they test your product, okay, and if it is matching the user's requirement, okay, then it will go on the next stage. But if it is not matching, if some errors are there or something is there, then what they will do? They will again go back to the developer team. They will ask them to change their testing and coding, and then again they go for the testing purpose. Okay, so this is all about the developer. Understood? What is the meaning of dev? Is a developer team. They are developers. What they do is coding, design, and testing. Now next one we have ops, that is the operational team. So what do you think, what is the meaning of operational team? Whenever you heard this term operational team, what do you think? Like what is
They
operational?
carry out the testing part.
Okay. What else? I'll give you one hint. Okay. In operational team, who come? Admin, network technician, and DB is nothing but your database manager. Okay. So can you tell me the what will be the task based on the admin, network technician, maintain the product? Okay. What else? See, it can be very basic thing, or whatever you know related to admin. Okay, like it's a very basic thing. Suppose you are the group admin. Okay, so what is your task as a group admin? You manage your group members. Okay, if you think somebody is or not speaking properly, what you will do? You will simply throw that person out of the group. That is your task as an admin, right? So now try to map that concept into the operational team. What will be the admin in the operational team? Grant and revoke the authority. Yes, correct. And what else? Try to think like that. Supervising. Okay, correct. See, network technician term is also there. So, what is the meaning of network technician? What do you think, network technician? Can I say that network technician means they manage the networks, they manage the servers, manage the services for those servers? Can I say something like that? They manage the login also to make sure your network function properly. Yes, correct. Yes, and then last one is your DB. Plan the network design for the system. Yes, absolutely correct. The last one is your DB, that is database manager. So what will be the use of DB in operational team? What they will do? If you are managing one database, see again, try to map this database with your mobile phone. You are the owner of your mobile phone, correct? In your mobile, lots of data are there. Your in gallery, then movies, games, and files and everything. So to manage your database, what you do? You simply remove the unwanted files and you keep the files or data which is important to you. Yes, so database, what he's saying is data warehousing, database management, okay, to keep the track of traffic on the software side, maybe classified it. Yes, correct. Yes, they manage the data. In simple term, what they are doing is infra management. Okay, so in operational team, to store data appropriately by category, correct, to maintain the integrity and the security of data. Yes, correct. So this is what the operational team does. They simply manage the infrastructure. Okay, they simply manage the infrastructure of the system. So now here you can see a development team and operational team. Both have their different roles, okay, and then both have their different tasks also. So why we need a DevOps together? Okay, right now you can see that these are the two different terms. Okay, so why we need them together? Can anybody tell me? Like based on the whatever you can see on the screen, based on that, why do you think that they needs to be together? I'm not asking for the technical terms. In a simple language, why do you think? Can you answer yes or no? So that they are efficient and effective together. Okay. Yes. Efficient and effective together means what? See, let me give you one example. Suppose this is your development team. Okay. Now development team need to do some changes in the infrastructure. Okay. Now infrastructure part is modifying or is not modifying, is handling by the operational team. Okay. So what development team will do? Development team will simply request the operational team and operational team will serve the request to development team. Okay. Is it simple? But before serving the request, now operational team will do a lots of checks because the change is made. Okay, whatever the change is made, is it going to affect our system? Is it going to affect their infrastructure? As operational team is very concerned about the infrastructure, so they will do a lots and lots of change. Okay, so are any servers going to be affected? Any network or services are going to down? So all these checks would be made by the operational team before they serve the request to the development team. Okay. So now meanwhile, now you don't know how much time they are taking. Suppose this is the developer team. Okay. They serve the request, no, not serve, but they request for some changes, suppose today. Okay. But operational team is taking some time like 1 week, 2 week, 3 week. So is it good thing or bad thing? Is it good thing or bad thing for the development team to wait for the operational teams? What do you think? It's a bad thing. Yes. Why? Because it's a time taking process. Okay. Development team, what developer thinks that operational team is taking a lot of time to serve the request. Okay. Whereas operational team on the other hand always think that development team always request for some changes. Okay. So which may affect their system. So that is why there is a gap between these two teams, development team and operational team. Okay, development team always look for the agility. Have you ever heard this term, agility? This term, have you ever heard this term, agility? What is the meaning of that? Can you tell me in English meaning, or whatever the meaning you know about it? Yes, agility is fast. Fast or do quickly, swift, correct, or some changes. So what? So what is the meaning here? Is development team is always looking for changes. They always want to change their product. Okay, suppose they are in stage one, okay, and now they are going to the stage two, but they think that no, stage one is not correct. We'll do some changes. Okay, so again they will request for the operational team, whereas operational team always want a stability. What is the meaning of stability? Stability means what? They don't want any changes. They just want to stable. They just want to sit relaxed in whatever the environment they have. Okay. So this is the reason why DevOps come in. Lack of communication. They don't have a communication. Okay. Then they don't have a collaboration. Okay. So this is the reason your DevOps come in. This is the first reason. Understood? Yes or no? Understood why DevOps come in first reason, the basic main reason. Do you have any problem or any queries related to it? Feel free to question or answer whatever it is. Clear? Okay. Shall I go ahead?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this is the first reason. Now let's see what is the second reason. Waterfall model. So you don't have a subject, right? Now you don't have a subject, software engineering. You do have, right? So in the subject, there is something called as a waterfall model. Okay. Now forget about the term waterfall. Can you tell me the meaning of this model? When somebody tell you a model, what do you think? What is the meaning of model? What is the meaning of model? It's architecture. Yes, correct. So in software implementation of concept. Yes, correct. See, so in the software team, software in, sorry, engineering, interlinking of phases. Okay. There are different models that you will be studying. Okay. So waterfall model is first model and it's a very traditional model. Okay. Here you can see this is the phases. One, two, three, four, five, six. This is the phases of the waterfall model that you are going to study into your software engineering subject. Okay. So waterfall model here. Can you tell me what is the common thing between all these phases just by looking at the diagram? Simply look at the diagram and can you tell me what is the common thing? It is hierarchical. Okay. What else? Can I say that all these things, phases of implementation, yes, it's a phases of implementation. Can I say that all these phases are connected to each other? Yes. So if suppose if one phase is get what you called as is get distracted, okay, or something testing or deployment phases are there, okay, it gets corrupted. Is it going to affect the whole product? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes,
Do you
ma'am.
know the concept of centralized server and distributed server system, or centralized computer, distributed computer, like that? So in centralized computer, what happened in centralized computer?
If the central server fails, then the whole system corrupts.
Exactly, correct. So similarly here in waterfall model also, you can see all phases are connected together. Okay. So if one phase fail as in what? If something happen to one phase, all these phases will become down. Okay. So here waterfall model, this is your first phase, requirement analysis. Requirement analysis means what? When your client comes in, okay, he will give you requirement. So in requirement analysis, all the requirements from the client will be in the requirement analysis phase. Okay. Next phase is system design. Then you will design the system, okay, as per the user's requirement. Next is implement. Then you will implement it. Next one is testing. Then you will test your application or software. Then you will deployment it, and then next one is the maintenance. Okay. Yes, because they are depending on the each other series. Yes, correct. So this is a simple waterfall model phase. Now, where is a catch? See, suppose there is one software, okay, and the software, the user wants to change the software, okay. Now, software is already in the implementing position, okay. Now, user wants to change some software or some, change some requirement, okay, and then you're using the waterfall model, okay. What will happen? They will ask implementation stage that I want this changes for my software, okay. But the principle of waterfall model says that you can't accept the changes, or there is no way of going back, okay. So means what? You have to go in one direction only. Then no matter what changes you have not what changes you have you want in your particular software, you can't make changes once the your software enter into the requirement analysis or phase 1. Understood? So this is what the main drawback of the waterfall model is. You can't change the requirements, or you can't change anything once it enter into the requirement analysis. Okay. See, these are the challenges. I'm not going deeply into the waterfall model because anyways you guys will learn what is exactly waterfall model is. But the major drawback is you can't change the requirements. Okay, understood? So here you can see the challenges. First one, it is slow. Okay, why it is slow? So suppose if you are delivering the product to your user, okay, after 2 years, and that too without accepting any changes, so it doesn't work in the real world, right? Because almost all the clients, comes with the new requirements modification, okay, and if the changes cannot be handled, then client doesn't need the product anymore, okay. Then there is, it's a very time taking process. Bug fixing is also slow. Software is delivered only after complete software is ready. Okay, it will not give you in bits and part. Next one, it is not flexible. Why it is not flexible? Because it is not accepting any changes. Okay, then no proper configuration management and monitoring the infrastructure. So these are the challenges which are there in the waterfall model. Understood? You have any doubt in the waterfall model? What is the basic understood? What is the basic concepts of waterfall model? You have any doubt?
No, ma'am, clear.
Okay. So to cover this waterfall model, okay, next we have is agile model. Okay, so before that, let's see basic concept or basic phases. This is the waterfall model. Development is there. After development, testing is there. After testing, delivery, and then monitoring. Okay, this is the phase. Now here you can see dev is nothing but your development team. QA is nothing but quality analysis. It's nothing but your testing team. Okay, let me write it. Okay, so here QA is your testing team, and third one is ops, that is operational team. As you can see this line, okay, what this line indicates that these three teams were working in isolation. Isolation means what? There were no proper communication, no understanding between them. All phases are going one after the another. Okay, so each phase goes one by one without accepting any changes in between. So hence it's a long term process and many people should be working. Okay, and it's a time taking process also. Understood waterfall model? Okay, so in waterfall model no one talked with each other. Okay, no one used to talk with each other, they used to do their own work. Okay, so to overcome this, we have next one that is called as a agile methodology. So agile methodology is also there in your software engineering process, okay, in your subject. So let's see what agile methodology is. So here in agile methodology, I'll tell you the basic concept of agile methodology. So here you can see the challenges, okay, that is faced by development team. You can overcome these challenges, okay, we using the agile methodology. So in agile methodology, there is a continuous development, continuous testing is there, okay, whereas there is no continuous delivery and no continuous monitoring. It means that agile methodology is only and only for development team. Okay, it means it solved only development team problem but not the operational team problem. Okay, so that's why here you can see that development team and testing team, they work together, whereas operational team is still there. Okay, so see, agile methodology is good for development team, that's why he is very happy, whereas it is not good for operational team because it never overcome the challenges which is there in the operational team, that's why he is very sad. Understood what is agile methodology is? Can you tell me the difference between agile methodology and waterfall model just by looking at the diagram? Just by looking at the diagram, which term is introduced, newly introduced in the agile methodology?
Simultaneous testing.
Okay, but which terms? Okay, I'll show you one waterfall model diagram first.
Continuous.
Continuous, yes, correct. See, those who have not understood, let me show you diagram first. Focus on this thing. Again, four models are there. Yes, development, testing, delivery, and monitoring. Okay, this is waterfall model. Now here, continuous development, continuous testing, no delivery and monitoring. So continuous is only there in development and testing. Why? Because they overcome the challenges only for the development team, but then doesn't overcome the challenges of the operational team. Hence, continuous work is not there. Understood? Continuous, yeah. So what is the meaning of continuous development and continuous testing? What is the meaning of that? What is the meaning of very simple, basic continuous development? You know what is development? Yes. So what is continuous development? If we add continuous before the development, then what will be the meaning of that?
Ma'am, it is real time.
Not a real time. It's iterative. Yes. Real time, no. Continuously, you're tasting one thing continuously. Okay, it means suppose one module is there. Okay, module one, you can say M1 module is there. Okay, so in 1 week you have tasted or you have development that module. Okay, with the help of some tools. In next week, what you will do, you will again go for the module two. You will not wait for the module one to get complete. No, you will taste for the module two, then next in 3rd week you will go for the module 3, and so on. So that is called as a continuous development. Okay, after developing, the testing person, the tester, okay, he will taste the module. Once he finished his tasting the module 1, he will go for the module 2, then he will go for the module 3, like that. Understood? That is what continuous development and continuous testing. But our question is, they only uh, overcome the challenges of the development team, not the operational team. Okay, so hence DevOps come into the picture. Two main reasons are there why DevOps come into the picture. First one is to fill the gap between the teams. Okay, so which two teams I'm talking about? Gap between the teams. So which two teams? Can you tell me? Can you tell me which two teams? Development team and
Operational team.
operational team. Yes, correct. So development team and operational team. So gap between means what? There was no collaboration, right? And there was no proper communication also that. So if there is no communication, no collaboration, how are you gonna uh, perform some product? Okay, it's like your group project. Okay, you have 3 or 4 people in one group. Okay, but nobody is talking to each other. Okay, everybody is doing their own work. Everybody is busy in their doing own work. Will you succeed in doing a group project? Obviously not. For that you need to work together, you need to collaborate, you need to talk. Okay, similar. Second one is what? Challenges of a traditional methodologies. So traditional methodology means what? Waterfall model. Okay, so waterfall model is a method, it's a one of the traditional methodology. So to overcome that challenge, next one, faster delivery. The next one, quality product, and last is your less resources. Acha, can you tell me what is the meaning of faster delivery and quality product? Faster delivery and quality product. What is the meaning of that? Because you guys, you must have ordered so many online things. So you should know what is the faster delivery and quality product. Because based on that, you guys also gave a feedback to your different companies, right? Or different product. So very basic in general. When if somebody says faster delivery, so what is the meaning of that?
Quick service to
Quick service.
for the client.
Okay, and only quick service is very important. Quality product is not important. Is it like that, or both should go hand in hand?
Both are required.
Both are required. Okay, so here again in DevOps team. Okay, suppose in Viva, if external ask you like faster, my product or my methodology is giving you a faster delivery, but is not giving you quality product. Okay, so will it work? No, it will not work. Delivery and quality product both should be goes hand in hand. Okay, so this is what why DevOps came in. Do you have any doubts related to waterfall model, agile model, and why DevOps came in? Yes or no? You can see. If you don't want to talk, it's okay. You can simply uh, write a message in the chat box. Clear? Okay. So I'll go to the next slide. Yeah. So now the next slide is the definition of what is DevOps. So continuous development, continuous testing, continuous integration, continuous deployment, continuous monitoring is nothing but a DevOps. Okay. Second, so this is the phase. C stand for continuous. DEV is nothing but your development. Okay. So continuous testing, after that continuous integration, deployment and monitoring is there. Okay. So now here you can see the third part, that is development team, your testing team and operational team, they work together. Okay. So that is nothing but your DevOps. Any doubt in the definition of DevOps?
Clear, ma'am.
Okay. So I'll go the next slide. Here, let's do some quick revision, like a summary of it. In waterfall model, here you can clearly see the difference. In waterfall model, first we have development team or developer, then test, deployment and monitoring. Okay. In agile model, since agile model only focus on the challenges of the development team, so continuous development, continuous testing and continuous integration were present. Then deploy and monitor for different. Okay. Next one, now in DevOps, everything is automated. You can see continuous C is important. Okay. So every process from deployment to production is automated. Okay. Why it is automated? Because every change is going through a whole process. So we can achieve a qualitative product of it. Okay. That is the advantage of DevOps, is like you can get a qualitative product, fast delivery rate, overcome the drawback of agile and waterfall model. Okay. So now next one we'll see DevOps. Again, these three are very important. If you have a pen or whatever notebook, or if you have a tab, please note down these 3 points. In DevOps, in Viva, they may ask you a question: what is DevOps and what are the features of DevOps? Okay, or why DevOps is required? What is exactly meaning of it? So you should say this: automating the workflow, integrating a different DevOps tool, and collaboration between teams. Okay, and they also ask you. You may think that it's a silly question, but when the Viva, okay, in the Viva, if external ask you a silly question, okay, there are some chances that you may forget the answer. So collaboration between teams. So whenever they say teams, remember development team and operational team. We just have these two teams, okay? And your whole DevOps is revolving around these two teams only, okay? Now automating the workflow. Your question, external will ask the question, what is the meaning of automating the workflow? So what will be your answer? Automating means workflow means what?
Using the various resources to
Resource. Okay, just cut the word resources, use word tools. Okay, various tools. Okay, but when somebody says that automate the workflow or automating the workflow, what is the meaning of that automating the workflow exactly? Tools are there, yes, tools are there, but other than that, what is the main thing? What is the main or important thing? Control to be assumed by the computer over remote. Correct, exactly. See, in agile methodology, or here in develop waterfall model, okay, it was development, testing, deploy, monitor was done by a person, okay, or manually. Okay. Next, agile came. In agile, only three phases: So that is continuous development, continuous testing, and continuous integration. Only these three phases were done by a computer. Deployment monitoring was still there, okay, and it was done manually. Whereas in DevOps, the whole process from development to monitoring, everything was is an automated process. Understood? So in Viva, if they ask you what is the meaning of automated the workflow, okay, so automating the workflow means what? Whole your phases which are there in the development or DevOps, okay, are all automated, okay, by the computer or assumed by the computer, okay, and integrating the different DevOps tools that we will see. Okay. So now clear what it is and what is not. So before starting this lecture or DevOps, okay, or this subject, okay, you must have assumed that DevOps is a again one language, okay, that you're gonna learn or something like that. But no, DevOps is simply a methodology, okay. It's a cultural change. Now, what is the meaning of cultural change? Cultural change means what? You are something, you are improving one method from another, okay, just to improve or just to help your society. That is what the DevOps is, okay. They in DevOps, okay, they didn't do any coding or something like that. No, what they do is they simply try to break the communication, or not break the, but they try to break the ice between the development team and operational team, okay. They make them to talk to each other, they made them to solve their problems, okay. So that is what DevOps is, nothing but it's a methodology, it's a cultural change. It's not a language, it's not a tool, it's not even a technology, and it's not even a simply set of tools. Okay, so again, note this point. In Viva, they may ask you what DevOps is. Is it language? Is it tool, technology, or something? No, it's simply a methodology and it's a cultural change. That's it. That should be your answer. Okay, any doubt? And yeah, if they ask you why cultural change, like what is gonna help you, very simple is that you will get, get a software product or your application in a very less time with the great quality, okay. And I think in today's world, that's what we want, okay. Now, I want to ask you a very simple and basic question. Can you tell me the social networking site? That is your Instagram, WhatsApp, Facebook, and everything. You know, YouTube is also there. Then Hike was it was done. Or any more social networking sites are there? Snapchat or something. So, what is the common in all these social networking sites? Can you tell me? Other than their owners or everything, what is the common? I'm talking about the functionality. In functionality, what is the common? Connect with people and users, okay, definitely. Interaction with others, okay. What else? What else? Sharing of contents and comments, okay, these are the basic things, okay. Require internet connection, yes, then otherwise how it's gonna perform? Well, nice question answer. Next. Actually, in I think last month or before that, shows the advertisement according to our interest. Yes, quick updates and bug fixtures. Yeah, see the last two answers. Quick updates, bug fixture is there, and advertisement according to our interest. Yeah, correct. And even your news feed also in Instagram, if you check every person, if you check your friend's news feed, it differs from your news feed. Correct? Yes or no? Even in the Facebook also, the news feed, the changes, they differ as per your friend list, as per your interest. Okay. So Do you think that all these application sites are based on the DevOps methodology? If yes, and then why? Yes, because of cookies. Yeah. If yes, then why? And no, and then obviously why. Whatever you have learned till now, based on that, you can answer. I'm not expecting a very good answer. No, no, no. Whatever you say in a simple language, you can answer. Because they keep updating and they fix their bugs with the DevOps concept. Correct. Yeah, even see, yes, to maximize the product and earnings. Yes, very good. If you remember, in some last month or before that, your Instagram it got slowed down or got crashed during the night. Even WhatsApp also stopped, right? I don't know about the YouTube, but Insta and WhatsApp it had stopped for some time. If you remember, do you know such a things had happened in some? Yes, and after that, you also know that they suffered a loss on a new year. Yeah, they have suffered a loss also. YouTube, yeah, they might have stopped for some 5 minutes or some few minutes, not even for hours. Okay, for few minutes, but they have suffered a lots in some millions or some billions, something like that. Okay, so this is what this is nothing but DevOps methodologies. Okay, so what they do is they see again they simply try to fix the errors. Okay, suppose if they've never had a communication between the development and operational team, then what will happen? What will happen अगर उनके पास कुछ communication ही नहीं रहता between development team and operational team? Then what will happen? Nothing will work out. Yes, so exactly. So that is why DevOps is a methodology and it is not a technology and it is used to deliver the qualitative product. As you can see in your social sites, every uh, popular company okay are working on the DevOps methodology just to give you updates, quick features to satisfy the user needs and everything. You can simply give them a feedback, okay, like this feature is not working. You can give them a screenshot of your page of your mobile, and on the within a minute they will give you solution. Okay, understood? So do you have any doubt what is and what is not then DevOps definition? Do you have any doubt?
Clear, ma'am.
Okay. Now development tools. Now this is a very important part and your whole practical, your development and advanced development practical, it works and it revolves only around this development. Okay. So now I'll simply list down, I have list down all the development tools. Okay. So in your syllabus, from every bullets, okay, one or two development tools are there, okay, that you have to perform on the practical. Okay, so first is VCS, that is your version control system. So what is VCS that we'll learn in the next lecture, that is tomorrow. Okay, so for VCS we have total four development tools. One is Git, second one is SVN, TFS and Perforce. Okay, next one is build tools. So for build tools, you have Maven, Ant, and Gradle. Build tools is very important because you have to perform all these three tools. Next one is continuous integration tools. Means what? You will perform the continuous integration using these three tools. First one is Jenkins, Bamboo, and Hudson. Next one is continuous integration tools. Names are Selenium, JUnit, and Taste Engine. Next one is containerization tools. That is nothing but a deployment tool. So you have Docker and RKT. Configuration management tools. You have Puppet, Ansible, Shape, SaltStack. Then you have continuous monitoring tools, that is Splunk, ENK, and NGOs. Okay, so if you want to note down, you can note down these development tools, or else I'm gonna anyway share a PPT with you. But still, if you want to note down, you can note it down. Okay, I'll give you 2 minutes to simply note down the few tools for your reference. See, I'll suggest you to simply write down, because writing is a very good practice. And since you guys are attending the online classes, you must have forgot how to write down in the notebook. So you better write down some development tools. Okay, I'll give you some 2 to 3 minutes. Done? And please seriously write down. I'm very serious about it, because it is gonna help you only. Okay, so here these are the development tools. So in next lecture, not in next lecture, in next week, first we'll see a Git, that is VCS. Then we'll see a build tools, Maven and Gradle. Then Jenkins is there, Selenium, Docker, and then last one is Puppet. Puppet, Ansible, Shape, and then NGO. Okay. And for advanced DevOps tools, you have a different tools. Okay, so that will start in the next lecture or in the next week only. Okay, I have not started advanced DevOps right now, because before that you need to learn what DevOps is. Okay, so our next slide is, what is continuous integration and continuous deployment. Okay, so now can you tell me what is continuous integration and continuous deployment? What do you think? Continuous deployment. You know the meaning of continuous? Yes, it's a never ending process. Yes, I know. Now, what is integration and what is deployment? You must have heard this term, integration and deployment. So, what is that? Yes, anyone? Gathering features. Okay, but what? Integration or deployment? What is that? Integration. Okay. Then what about the deployment? Integrate the product and deploy inside. Okay. Adding features and implementing it. Okay. Updates means deployment. Okay. Then what is integration? See, what is integrate? Whenever you say integrate something, so what is the meaning of that integrate? Adding. Yes, correct. So now map that concept, adding, into the software. So in software, what you add in the software to become a good product? Codes, combination of features. Yes, codes are there, correct. And what else? Features is there. Yes. You can add diagram also in that. Okay. So this is what so as from your point of view, this is what a continuous integration and continuous deployment. Very good. You know the basic of continuous integration means, if anybody asks you, okay, like don't tell me your English or what technical words. Just simply tell me English statement that what is continuous integration and continuous deployment. So you should be able to answer them. Okay. So now we'll see exactly with the help of some diagrams. Okay. So now here you can see these are the developers. Three developers are there. So now what is the work of developers? What is the major task of developers? Can you tell me major task of developers? In first or second slide only we just code. Yeah. What code? They do coding. Try to write down in the full statement. Yeah, testing is there. Okay. They write a code, they draw a design, they test the software application. Okay. So all this coding now we'll go into the next that is called as a version control system. Okay. So right now just simply understood the meaning of version control system is that your developers are simply placing the code into the version control system. Tomorrow I'll show you what is a virtual control system, how many types are there. But right now only to understand the continuous integration deployment, just simply understand the version control system is nothing but where the developers place the code into the version control system. Okay. Now, this is called as a local repository also. What is the meaning of local? To forget about the repository. What is the meaning of local and global? What is local and what is global? Again, don't give me technical definition. What is, if somebody asks you local and global, what is that? Private or public? Okay. Level, yes. Local is restricted to limited region, correct. Local means on your machine, yes. Global specifies all, yes. Can I say that it is like a domestic aeroplane and an international aeroplane? Can I say like that? Local means assist of something. Yes, correct. What is domestic aeroplane? Your plane moves only in India. Okay. And what is international? Your plane goes from India to the respective countries. Okay. So similarly here with the environment. Yeah. So similarly in the computer, if you know this term, there are two terms. One is local repositories and second one is the global repository. Have you heard this term repositories? Can you tell me what is repository? Local and global now you know. So what is repository? Can you tell me? Like a folder, yes, is used to store codes. Correct. Very good. So now map this repository with the local and global. So what is the meaning of local repository and what is the meaning of global repository? Now you know the meaning of repositories. Yes. Local means within an environment. Yes. Environment means what? Within your host machine. Okay. Limited access. Yes, correct. And global means what? For all public. Yes. So it means anybody can access your code or access your data. Okay. So understood the meaning of local repository and global repository. Okay. So now this version control system is nothing but your local repository. Okay. It means this version control system is there into your host machine. Okay. So now what you have to do is now from local repository you have to push to the remote repository. Okay. Remote repository means what? To globally that you have to push. Okay. So I can say that continuous build is there. Okay. Wait a minute. Ah, from local repository, you're pushing it to the global repository. Do you know the term called as a GitHub? Have you heard this term? If you know it, then it's very good. But have you heard GitHub? Yeah. So what it does, GitHub. I'm using it. Yeah, very good. So what it does, GitHub. What is the use of GitHub? Can you tell me? People store their repository. Projects are stored. Yes, it is for sharing and storing your projects. Correct. So for storing codes and sharing, yes, it is used for sharing the codes. Very good. So similar. So these are only we are going to learn in the next week. Okay, that is BCS, open source contribution. Yes. So here in BCS, you are simply from local repository. It was pushed to the remote repository in GitHub account. Okay. So now in GitHub account, now pushing means what? GitHub should know that yes, something is there. Okay, somebody is pushing their uh, the repositories or local repository into my account. Okay, so they should know it. Okay, so how they will know it? They will know it using this continuous build command. Okay, or continuous build tool. Okay, there should be some system, right, to know the GitHub that one person is simply pushing the repository from their local account. Okay, so for that continuous build development is there. Okay, it means that this is the system which can sense that new changes in the system, and what they will do, they will pull the code. Okay, and they will build it. Okay, so this can happen in the continuous build. So this will be happening through the build automation tools called as a Maven and Ant. Understood? Understood what or how GitHub, not GitHub, but how, what is the meaning of continuous build? Or should I repeat it once again? Yes, we can fork others repository. Yes. Yes. So you can fork it, you can join it also. Okay. But GitHub should know that some changes are there, right? It's not like GitHub is not a person. He doesn't have a brain. You simply give them a command, and on that command it will work. Correct. So for that we have a tools. This is called the continuous building tool. Okay. Maven or Ant are the tools which is we using in the continuous build. Okay. So GitHub account or GitHub will come to know that yes, something is there. Somebody is pushing their repositories into my account. So what I'll do is I'll pull the repository and I'll build it. Understood? Understood first these two process? Yes or no? Yes. Okay. Now we'll see next one. Yes, now continuous building is there. Now again, as usual, there will be a two possibilities. Can you tell me what will be the two possibilities? If you're building something product, okay, what will happen? What will be the possibilities? Suppose you guys are a beginner, okay, you are developing one project on your own. What will be the possibilities for that? The code might crash or work. Correct. So in simpler way, it can pass or fail. Okay. So if it is pass, then it will go to the CT. CT means what? Continuous testing. Okay. So continuous testing, we have two tools. One is Selenium and second one is JU. Okay. Success or failure. Yes, correct. So your product will go into the continuous testing, that is called as the Selenium and JU. Okay, it will test it and then it will go to the next one. But if your product fails, then what will happen? Again, it will go back to the version control system. Version control system is what? It will again go back to a local repository. Then they will tell the developers that something is working, something is not working. So what developers will do? Developers again will make a changes into it. Okay, and then again it will push the code into the continuous build, and then continuous build again will check whether it is pass or fail. If it is pass, then it will go into the continuous testing. If it is fail, then again it will go into the version control. This is a never ending process. Okay, one, two, three. This is all the never ending process. Understood this continuous testing? Yes or no? If anyone can type yes, okay, good. Now next one. Continuous testing. Then again, what is the next phase for the continuous testing? Continuous deployment. Okay, so again here continuous deployment, they will check, they will update. Okay, with the help of two tools. One is Docker and second one is Ansel tool. Okay, And again, continuous testing. Suppose if it is failed, so what happened again? It will go back to the version control system. Again, developer will do some changes. Again, it will go to the continuous build, continuous testing, and again continuous deployment. So all these things is a never-ending process. Okay, all these things are called as a never-ending process. Done. Now, can you tell me a difference between continuous delivery and continuous deployment? Now you know the meaning of continuous. So forget about the continuous. What is the difference between the delivery and deployment? What will be the difference? What do you think? Delivery and deployment. Deployment is done before delivery. Yes, correct. So after continuous deployment, delivery. But continuous delivery means what? Here we can decide that which release or which we can have a control on which goes to the product. Okay, so that is one fine line between the continuous deployment and continuous delivery. So please make a note down, like what is the difference between continuous deployment and delivery. You may ask this question in the viva from external, basic question. Okay, so if you have a pen or a pencil and notebook, so please note it down. Understood the difference between them? Yes or no? Do you have any doubts? Clear. Okay. So this is all about the continuous integration and continuous testing, continuous deployment, and all these things. So do you have any doubt related to Git? So not a Git, sorry, DevOps. What is DevOps is? I'll go to the first slide here in the content. Yes. So, do you have any doubts from any this topic? See, waterfall and agile model is what I've just explained is just only from the very basic part, because anyways you guys gonna learn advantage and disadvantage in thoroughly in your subject also. So I'm not gonna waste my time on the waterfall and agile modeling deeply. The basic things, so like why waterfall and why agile, then why not this one? So have you understood this DevOps?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any doubt? Are you finding the subject as easy? Because since there
Yes.
is no theory is there, only practical. Okay. So from next week, okay, you have to carry your own laptop. Okay. And one more thing, I'm gonna ask a few questions because since we have not made with Smita.